Well, hello everyone. It's Michelle from Michelle's Ink It Stamp It, and thank you for joining me. So I thought I would share with you some of the things I've done at my art journaling class. So some of it you've seen. I think this was one of the first classes. Well, the first two classes we did in finishing this. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah. We used the, excuse me, Indigo Blu kits that they had. So they gave us watercolor paper, booklets that had this, that had some cutouts we could do. Excuse me, came with some lace, came with some jute, and basically everything you see on there except for the music paper. And the music paper was from Yvonne. It was a, oh, I can't think of who the person was, but it'll come to me in a bit. I used my book pages that I had. I had some postcards. Yeah, but the rest of it all came. And you just cut out from the booklets. And then this was the one we did where Mark taught. And it was all puzzle pieces that we embossed. They had wooden puzzle pieces, and then he did a printout of it so we could use that. And then I just traced one and used my Stabilo black pen and a chalk marker. So I used that there. And then we got to pick out words that we wanted, and he had them all cut out, so we got to put words on it. And let's see, where's the other one? Oh, this is one that I just did. I love sunflowers, and so I bought this stencil, well, when I was up there on Friday. And so I used it on here. I really like how that came out. This is some Japanese rice paper. It was a book that I had received, children's for a school book. And so I like how that turned out. This was an electrical book. This was a little book that just had quotes and different things in it. This is a book I just got this weekend. It was all tore up. It was from 1866. And it's an American, English, Latin dictionary. So, yeah. So I got that. I got, let's see, these two doilies. They're pretty grungy, so I will throw them in the washing machine and then throw them in some leftover coffee. So I'll coffee dye those. And then I got some punchinella. So I'll be able to use that as a stencil. And I've been looking for this for a while. Hadn't found it. And then just happened to walk by it. It was at this estate sale that I went to. So I got this, and a whole brand new box of 11 by 14 Epson high quality printer paper. The person that the estate sale was for was a photographer, a wildlife photographer. He had some beautiful photographs. And so the printer paper, I have an Epson, so that should work great in that. And it does the 11 by 14. So what else? Oh, this is some washi tape that I had gotten. Washi tape printout from Adamo Prints on Etsy. So he had these page of washi tape. So I cut those out and put one on each side just to start adding some color to it. Because a lot of times I'll just start out. This is a hymnal. Yeah, so I will just start out with book pages and, you know, music sheets, stuff that's real neutral, but lots of different colors to it and texture. This book that I got here, this 1866 book, is all rag paper. So really, I will be able to wad it up and straighten it out, and it's not going to break. It's not brittle, and I just love the feel of it. So it's almost like a material, so that's so much fun to be able to do stuff with. So that's this, and this, and this there. The music paper is very brittle from the hymnal. The rice paper, you could do the same thing. You could wad it up. I did watercolor on the rice paper, and after a while, it started pulling up fibers because it got too wet and too... So there's that to think about. This book is a mixed media book, so it doesn't wad up too easily, but like I said, I had a lot of water on it from doing a lot of different colors on there. So yeah, I liked how that turned out. This I just played around with. This wasn't part of the art class, but yeah, so there was that. And then what else have I done? I think in the back was the ones we worked on this time. So we get things started, but it's not finished by any means, you know. So this was the Indigo Blu, again, the kit, and they had rag paper, handmade rag paper. So I watercolored on it. I did yellows and a red, and then I there was a stencil in the kit too, so I stenciled on it with walnut stain, and then I stenciled again over it with a whitewash of gesso. I put gesso on my I always have a 6x6 gel plate. So I put the gesso on the gel plate and squirted some water on it, and it came out with, you know, I did the whitewash on that. I didn't like it when I first did it, but as I looked at it again this time, I do like it. So I always carry material with me. So I had this material that had leaves on it, and they were in the browns and kind of a green color, so I thought it matched pretty well with what I had. So I used that. So this was like a Constantine paper that came in the pack, and you could tear it up. You could do anything you want with it. Some people did, you know, like pages, so they would tear it at 2 and then add the things in there. So I didn't want to do that. I liked the Constantine. That it had a ton of, I'd say bugs, but butterflies, moths, dragonflies, ladybugs, all kinds of things that were in the kit. And then everything was wrapped in this brown tissue paper. So, of course, I had to use the brown tissue paper. So that's what that did. And this is that stencil. I used fire brick, and walnut stain. So I just stenciled over it with 2 different colors at a time. And this didn't end up with very much color right there, so that's why I put the ladybug there. So, and the butterfly is not glued down so that I could do him. So we cut them out, and then I went over them with my multi-matte medium And so that gives it a little bit of a glossy shine to it, but it also helps it from tearing, or, you know, it makes it a little stronger too. So that's all I've done in my, this art journal for this year. So, yeah. So that's been fun to do. So let me put that over here. And then my other purchase was, when I see these, I have to get them. They're those Tombs book, or Tomes. I'm not sure how you say that, but this is, yeah, I wouldn't even be able to pronounce that. This is the number 3 book. And it is from 1724, I think is, or 23. These are rag paper too, so you could do a lot with these. These, I can't tear them up just because there's nothing wrong with the books when I get them. So I never can tear them up, but I will photocopy some of the pretty pages. Like these are great to use on your, you know, in your journals and stuff. So, but these won't break either. These are the rag paper, so you could wad them up like I did with that other one and straighten them out, and they're perfect. And they're great to watercolor on too, because they, you can't destroy them. So I love all the parts of it. There's some foxing in here, but not much for its age. So it was well taken care of. Sometimes I find some little ephemera pieces inside. And then she also sent this. It's probably got a glare on it, so hopefully I'm not getting the glare on there. But this gentleman with the holding probably reading a newspaper. And then this little back down here. So that's kind of cool. I'll photocopy that too. And then she sent me this little card. And yeah, I just love it. So thank you, Jacqueline. I love it. She's from SouvenirdelaFrance, so I will leave her info in the description below if you're interested in anything of hers. And then this is my latest journal that I'm working on. I think I've shown you bits and pieces of it. I'll just, what I do is put my book together, the paper together, and then I just paper clip it on both sides. And that way all I have to do is undo a paper clip on one side so I don't lose my placing of things. This is from the old, oh, I'll leave a description, or I'll leave a link in the description below. I can't think of the name now. And it's a whole Etsy thing of old prescriptions. So I printed on the back of them in case I didn't want to, you know, in case I wanted to use both sides. And then this side I just put, you could have written on this other one, but it was on the thinner side because I just used plain copy paper. So I backed it with one of those Boy Scout cards that I've shown you before in some of my videos. I probably have over 100 of them. And so I back that on there so that you know, you have a place to clearly write on it. And then these pages, I'll leave a description where I got these at too, because this is from Etsy. Oh, this is the Spark Bird, and so it's in her kits that she has. So I like how that fit in there. And I printed on both sides of these papers with different types. This is one of those hymnal books. This is another one from Sparkbird. And I double-sided it. And then I've shown you this before, but I got all these tags at It's All About the Scrapbook. And so I used the red one up here to top that off with, and then I used it as a tab on this side. I put it on upside down, but it doesn't really matter. These papers are from, I think they're all from Ruby and Pearl. So this, then this is the, I showed you this, one of the doilies that I uploaded into the Cricut and put it on there. So I glued it on. And that's another paper from Ruby and Pearl as well. And then this is from Chapter 1 Papers, I think is who I got this from. And this is a Ruby and Pearl music paper, but it had some writing on this one. And I printed on both sides of all these so that I could use them all. And I just clipped the envelope over the top of this. This is from Ruby and Pearl. It's a music paper that she had in there. I backed it with that. I love this ticking. And here's that envelope that I showed you from before in the other video. Yeah, I really like that. And then I added the papers in here. This is one of the seed packets or coin envelopes, however you want to, whatever way you want to call them. This is a tag that I made. It was green cardstock that I got from close to my heart. Sorry, my nails are still that the ink that we used in the art class was a permanent ink, and it was highly pigmented, and so I'm still wearing it. Yeah, so I just collaged on this. I actually think I showed you this one. You could see the green right there, and I'll find something to make a tab with on there. But I just start, you know, tucking stuff in. This is some more paper, music paper. And then this is that mailer piece that I got from, you know, my junk mail. And I think I showed you that before. So I have that in here. So let me pick this up and I'll show you the other side so far. Didn't quite get it all. There we go. And then I'll just stick this. I'm not sure if I want to use this as a belly band in there or not. And then this side. I'm a daily journaler, so I love to journal. So my papers are always more muted than a lot of people's. And then I took, because I love to write on every single page. This I didn't even back with anything, so you just pick up, you know, put it on the, however you want to go. So might have one of those buttons for my dog to step on when he wants to go outside. So I'm just going to finish this up. So you'll probably hear that a couple more times. This is one of the tags that I made with the cardstock. And so it actually can go out like this, so you have lots of room to write if you want. And then the back side is this. And then I'm going to make this like a belly band so that you can slip stuff back beside. Just a minute. And then this is the other doily that I put in here. So I just glued it right to the edge here. So now I can use it like a tuck to put stuff in. I've also made, let me grab that real quick here. I try to put things together that I'm making. So I have all this. So these are going to be some tuck spots, and I've started collaging on this. So that could go in here like this, and then you would have a, you'd glue it down on 3 sides. Although I made it so that it has a fold over piece, so I could actually, get a hold of that page there. I could actually put it on top like this so that it would fold out as well. So I like to have options sometimes on how I do things. And this, I would just put washi tape over the top of this so it wouldn't show. Or actually it's plain enough so it gives you a spot to write on there that you could just leave it. So I'll just leave that there for now. And then I put this on upside down, but I could put something over the top of that and you'd never know that that was supposed to be the other side. And then this was some pieces. I don't know who I got this from. And I don't even know that I could find out because it didn't have anything with it. But this was all one piece. I thought that was cute. And then the back side of that music paper, I put this coin envelope in there. This was that other page. And again, you could open this up like that and write all the way across. And they think the animals are just like the little kids when they know that you are on the phone or talking to someone. That's when they want all your attention. So then this is another one of those, I use book page, although this book page is very brittle. So I might have to back it with something a little bit bigger so it'll stay like that. And then I put one of those Boy Scout cards and I just put the writing part down. This is washi tape, so. Okay, just a minute. So I make up a bunch of the tuck spots, and I'll make them both directions. And then as I find things, I'll collage on them. This is going to be a pocket, so it'll go on a page like that you could tuck stuff in. So I make a bunch of those up, and then I'll collage across the top of those too when I figure out where I want them. All right, well, that's the video for today. So please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you want to see anything. Most of the stuff I know you know how to make all of it. So, and then like I said, that way it just keeps all my pages intact where I wanted them. Yeah. All right, so like and subscribe. And I will leave some videos over here that you might be interested in as well. And then I will leave everything that I've put in here, excuse me, in the description below. All right, go create something fun, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.